We're back for the Champions League semi-finals. It's the top of France against the top of Italy, Monaco against Juventus for a place in this season's final. So Juve have knocked out Barcelona and now face Monaco, who are quite an exciting prospect in Europe, though you could be forgiven for thinking this might be somewhat of a walkover for the Bianconeri. Of course, let us know what you think in the comments below, but let's go a bit more in depth into this Monaco team. They are leading the French First Division. They've only lost 3 times in the league all season, and I guess their biggest strength is quite clearly their attack, where they've scored 95 goals in their 34 matches, averaging 2.8 goals per game. Quite an impressive statistic, and they've followed this on in the Champions League. In the knockout rounds, they've actually scored 3 goals in each of those matches. Of course, they provide a very different opposition than Barcelona. They like to attack out wide quite a bit, deliver a lot of crosses into the box, and they are by no means a dominant side on the ball. They're not necessarily going to dominate the possession. They won't have the most shots. However, they are very clinical in scoring goals, which in that respect they are somewhat alike to Juventus. Now, they are more than likely going to line up in a 4-4-2 led by Falcao and the incredibly exciting talent that is Kylian Mbappe. Now, the 18-year-old, he's young, he's quick, he's got some great skills with the ball, and he's been in some incredible form, scoring 16 goals in his last 16 matches. So for me, the most interesting matchup will actually be how this young prodigy goes up against the likes of such an experienced back line, who, as you're probably aware, have only conceded 2 goals in their entire Champions League campaign, and are yet to concede in the knockout rounds. So if there was ever going to be a test for this young striker, Juventus are very much it. In the Champions League, Monaco have played a slightly different game with even less time on the ball and more of the game played in their own third, thus relying more heavily on that counter-attacking football and that pace and dribbling skills up front. So it'll be interesting to see how Max Allegri approaches this match, particularly in France for the first leg, where recently they've kind of been happy to sit back and absorb the pressure against the likes of a Barcelona or even Napoli back in the Coppa Italia tie. So it'll be interesting to see if they go out to dominate or sit back and see what Monaco has to throw at them. If Juve does have a weakness against this Monaco attack, it may well be through their 2 aging centre-backs, Leonardo Bonucci and Giorgio Chiellini, where the likes of Mbappe might take advantage of them through some quite direct play, utilising his speed and his dribbling skills. I think that's where they're going to get through this Bianconeri defence, if they are going to, as opposed to through the crosses where, you know, we've seen the likes of Barcelona and Napoli fail to really get any effectiveness from that when you've got a Chiellini just heading clear. Now, Monaco have had a tough run against Italian opposition with just 3 wins from 13 matches, and Juve, of course, did defeat Monaco in the 2015 Champions League quarterfinals with a 1-0 aggregate. For Juventus, I guess we all basically know what to expect. They'll go into the match with that same 4-2-3-1 formation, led in attack by Paulo Dybala and Gonzalo Higuain, who will look to continue that clinical form that they've shown in recent Champions League games, and they'll be complemented by the workhorse that is Mario Mandzukic and Juan Cuadrado on the right. So, is this going to be a walkover for Juventus, or can Monaco spring a surprise in this semi-final? For me, given that Juve have basically quashed the spirits of 2 of the most exciting attacking talents in Europe through Barcelona and Napoli, it's hard to see this Monaco attack having the success that their predecessors weren't able to. So I just can't see them breaking down the defense, and I think Juve will do what they do best and be a clinical outfit. And really, if they can come away from Monaco with a draw, I really think they can go on and take the home leg quite easily. So for me, Monaco need to win at home or the leg's basically, the tie, sorry, is basically all but over. Of course, it's all right hearing from me, but we want to hear more from you guys. So be sure to comment below. Let us know your predictions, what you think might happen, and even who they might be playing in the final with, of course, Atletico Madrid taking on Real Madrid in the other semi-final. So otherwise, we'll most likely be back for a preview of the second leg. And until next time, it's ciao for now.